Alright, hello stream, welcome everybody that is already in the stream. I'm still waiting for people to come in from my Discord and stuff. I'm here during class, thank you very much, even though you should not, you should always prioritize your study. Welcome to the stream. My name is Shail Bot, Soweenix. Let me add my moderators back because use music. I will. So should we start talking to the big boys, the big team? Alright. Here we go. Hello everybody. Need to say hi to
Hey, what's up?
Hello.
Alright, so introduce yourself so everybody knows like what voice is yours.
Okay, Hamood, go first.
Hello, my name is Mohammed, also known as Hamood. I am 18 years old and a 3D artist and editor, and I live in Canada.
Hey, this is Tafa. I'm a video editor, and I've been editing since 2012. I live in Saudi Arabia.
Hey, this is Stalker Abdulaziz, my real name. From Saudi Arabia, 21 years old. I've been editing since 2014, 6 years, and doing also motion graphics, editing, graphic designs, and some stuff, yeah.
So basically, let's just get started right off the bat. Even though Starker already kind of answered this question, I always ask this question to everybody who comes on the podcast. When and why did you start editing? You told us when you started editing, but why? Like how did you get inspired to get into this field? So I want each of you to answer. Like you can make a. I guess we can go like turn by turn.
Okay.
Who wanna go first?
Let's start with Hamood.
Okay, Hamood.
3D, doing 3D, I got inspired. I was watching like YouTube, Nikki HD montages and Fuse montages. I got inspired by them and I wanted to do what they're doing. So I started digging around, joining Discord servers, and researching how to like. I started with CSGO, how to like edit CSGO, put the animation, the POV, and edit the clips.
All right. Next up, let's go with Starker.
As I said, I started in 2014. Before that, I was doing some graphic designs. By the time I started editing, I also started like watching motion graphics tutorial. And I got into editing through, I think, 2 editors, which I was watching a lot. One of them is Telo, and the other one is Shutter. Two different styles, but yeah, both of them were inspiring me when I started. And I have some edits actually where I think there are two edits actually where I tried to copy Shutter when I started. So yeah.
Everybody tries to recreate some of their inspirations, but was it
Of
like
course.
start to
That's-
end copy or just some idea? I guess.
No. It was a copy, an actual copy. Like I was really inspired by Shutter when I
Right,
started. Yeah.
Tafa, what about you?
My story is similar to Starker, but I didn't start from like Call of Duty. Essentially, there was there was a racing game called Live for Speed, and I was like trying to recreate like montages that people do in real life in the game. This is like 2011. I had a very bad computer, and like that's like when I knew like, oh, there's like editing software there, like you go record footage and like there's sound, like just my full introduction to like video editing in general was through that game in that time. But around, I think the more I was like looking into editing tutorials at the time, like 2012 2013, that was like the rise of like the video editing community. So like most of the tutorials, I'm sure you know Baker Tuts, right? What's up,
Baker.
guys? Baker here.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I've seen one
Okay.
of his videos, but I don't watch him regularly.
Yeah, that intro.
Okay, so I was trying to do an effect, and I found him on YouTube, and he was doing it on Call of Duty. I was like, yo, people edit this game? And then like Soar, Obey, Synergy, FAZE montage is like, okay, I want to do this instead of this stupid racing game. And in like 2013, 2014, I was like doing console edits, then slowly did PC edits, and yeah, here I am. Fast forward 2020, still doing the same shit.
All right.
I forgot to ask you this. Do you care about profanity on your stream?
No, I actually don't. filter
Okay,
anything.
cool. Okay, cool. Just thought I'd ask.
All right. So, second question that I like to ask everybody that comes on the podcast, because these questions are really all experience and experience of others, especially people you look up to, helps a lot. So, what still motivates you to edit? Like you've been like Tafa has been editing for 9 years, Striker's been editing for 6. Like, what is the motivation behind everything? Like continues the grind, I guess.
To be honest, for me, it's just my friend's reaction. To be honest, you know, when you work on something for so long and like when you show your friends for the first time, their initial reaction to it like gives a huge it gives you a lot of happiness. I would say like it makes me be like, yeah, I did. They liked it. They fuck with it. Like, yes, I did something. And obviously, like the rest of like the community, like when people comment, like and like share their opinions with your edit, it all like genuinely like gives some type of happiness and like feeling of achievement, you know. So, and also the one of the reasons you want to stay motivated is like improving, like seeing the level of other people and like maybe trying to be on the same level as them and like creating and doing new fresh things. And yeah, like you just gotta. That's about it for me, honestly.
Okay, Striker.
As Tafa said, the reactions, and also maybe if I have like new ideas, maybe songs also. If I find a really good song that I really want to use, the
Yeah.
motivation is gonna be like
Still.
really high. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it. Reactions and wanting to learn more stuff, songs, but most likely I think the reactions, especially from your friends and the people around you.
Yeah, I mean, whenever you finish an edit and you are excited to show it to other people, that is pretty exciting, and especially when you get good reactions in turn, that is motivating. So,
Yes,
and
true.
Finally, Hamood.
I mean, I don't know, to be honest. I think it's just like to see yourself improving and doing great stuff, professional stuff, to be honest. And the reaction, like Tafa said, and Stalker.
Huh?
Yep.
So, next question that we will have is how hard. So this is a question that I only asked Enigma, and now I'm gonna ask you guys because you two have like a unique kind of work space, so to speak. How hard has it been to balance such high standard work with other things in life? Like, you guys are working for FAZE, obviously they want like the top of the top kind of work, and then obviously after that you have revisions and stuff like that. And at Tafa was telling me you guys have like a really harsh kind of schedule. So how do you guys deal with everything? Like, obviously you might have education and family and stuff.
Alright.
Yeah, let's start to go over.
Okay. To me, actually, first thing, I'm not actually working for FAZE. I do some freelancing, but not full time. So we will have these projects, and I try my best to get a good deadline like in these projects, so I can at least have time to work on them, and to get them in a good quality, let's say. So yeah, what I do is just trying to start early on the project and try to manage it before starting. That's it. Have a mood board, have a vision, have like an idea of what's the
How you're
style
gonna
you want.
execute the thing.
Yes, exactly. That's
Okay.
gonna help a lot.
Well,
Yeah.
since I'm still a beginner kind of editor, I've only been editing for a year and a half, and so basically I'm working on my first edit with like a proper script and thing right now, which is I'm really excited to complete that. But yeah, I'm gonna see how much that helps and stuff, because it already has. Because you know what you want to do, and you're not just like sitting there editing and then coming up with ideas right there.
Exactly. Mood boards really help.
Not.
Yeah, you can check Milanote. It's a good website where you can have a mood board, especially if
I
it's
saw
like a
that website,
collaborative work.
I saw that website in one of the videos where somebody was breaking down like Interstellar's effects. It seemed interesting, but all right, Hamood, let's go with you after.
What was the question?
Basically, how hard has it been to balance such high standard work with other things in life?
I mean, I'm doing a bad job at balancing with school. Yeah, I've been falling behind a little bit, so yeah, it's been really hard to balance work and school, to be honest. I thought it was easy, but it wasn't,
Oh, so you
for me at
underestimated
least.
it.
Yeah.
Happens to all of us actually, sometime or
Yeah.
another. Tafa.
Hey. Like Starker said, I don't have anything to balance really. I am the laziest guy here out of Hamood and Starker. They actually go to school. I don't. I'm chilling, and so like Starker said, like to achieve like high standard work, it's all like about organizing it early on. You know, most of the projects that we took. Oh, and also I agree with Starker. We don't work for. We're not employees. We just freelance, but we do like still do a lot of work for them. But it's not. We don't work for them yet officially, but we work with them. That's a
Okay.
good word. We work with them. Yeah, like starting early on, organizing it from the start. Like Starker said, having a mood board and like we just. I can break it down to you fast if you want to know. Let's say like, oh, our producer comes, be like, yo, we have this project, and he ends the call. We go back to our server, and right away, Starker will be like, yo, I have this idea, like, oh, maybe they want to do it that way. And like, oh, next thing you know, we have a mood board, like we're saving pictures and ideas, and like we're calling them back. Yeah, just like setting a roadmap from the first 2 days, or even like the first 24 hours, will help you so much in the long run to like meet the deadlines and like have organized high quality work.
Yeah, even though we are not really good at deadlines, like we try our best. Try our best.
All right. And okay, so there's basically I don't know if you know about this, but there's a rivalry between the editing communities of different games. So like the COD community and the Fortnite editing community and stuff. And basically one community thinks that the other is bad, and the other thinks that the first is bad. Like, how do you think of that kind of beef? What do you think about that?
If you are talking about like the Fortnite community and the right, is that
Yeah,
is that what you're talking
the
about?
Fortnite and CS and COD editing communities, they always have this argument that Fortnite editors are bad, and then they say like COD is outdated, there's no use editing that. So what do you think in that regard?
Mm, I think okay. So we all know that Fortnite editing is not something like code editing. Code editing in the community for a long time. Fortnite is just started. Like people are new to this field, let's say. So they get excited about a lot of like things where in the code community they think it's pretty normal. Like it's not impressive. But to me, I think like let people have fun. They are editing pretty
Yeah.
much. It's not a big of a deal.
But I also think that since like the COD community is like, I don't know, 5-6 years old easily. I mean, some editors are even like 10 years into editing, and Fortnite is just like 2 to 3 years in the editing community. So like, in my opinion, there should be time given to adapt and become as good.
Yeah,
as
exactly.
others.
That's what I'm saying. Like they can do whatever they want. I don't have like this idea of like, oh, Fortnite editors are garbage. Like in even in code editing, there are some people who are like garbage. It's okay because at the end of the day, it's people are just having fun. It's editing. It's not that serious.
Yeah, I mean, I guess. Okay, Hamood, what do you think?
I don't know, to be honest. I don't know. I don't really care about. I don't think there is fighting. I don't know.
You don't
I don't know,
keep
to be
up to
honest.
date, I guess.
I don't keep it up.
Okay, Tafa.
It's I agree with Starker. At the end, like everyone's just like editing and having fun. It's just like a silly thing. And at the end of the day, you're just like editing frames on your computer. So, but to my community's defense, I stand COD editing. You said there's a rivalry between CS:GO and COD and Valor and Fortnite, but I
Yeah.
think CS:GO and COD editors are more united than like the other communities.
Obviously, that's what I said. CS:GO, COD, and
Yeah.
then there's Fortnite on the other side.
Yeah, like Stucker said, like Fortnite is still so new, and people are just now watching Baker Tuts, and like they're finding these old effects that COD editors have been doing for a very long time. But then you have a COD editor on Twitter be like, "Yo, this shit is so old, we don't like."
Mm-hmm.
Yo, what happened?
I don't know. Tafa just cut out.
Yeah, so these are like, it's still a very early community, and they maybe are very close on each other, and like they all believe that they're like, oh, they're on top of the game. And when an outsider, like let's say a COD editor, comes in and like shits on them and bullies them, blah blah blah, of course, like there's gonna be a lot of fights, and people are gonna throw words around like, oh, you're a fucking boomer, you've been editing COD for this long. Oh, look, I did this effect, you don't do. Like it's just like stupid beef. But like Stalker said, at the end of the day, like everyone's just like having fun, trying to enjoy their time on the computer or whatever. But I do think COD editors are way better than Fortnite. But give it a few years and it's gonna level out, because montage editing in a whole is like dying slowly, I would say.
Yeah.
So
3D is taking
I
over
hope
pretty fast.
not 3D, but more like esports editing. Like most of the editors are like slowly shifting to like more professional type of editing, like 3D work, like you said, for like products, like advertisements, like working with companies now. You would be surprised how many like people from the COD community are like in very huge orgs now. You have a person that used to be in Utopia Artistry, Eben. Now he goes by Evan. He's like the senior motion designer for FAZE Clan. And you have a guy called Era KNG. He's a very old COD editor, and now he's one of the tip-top editors in 100 Thieves. So this is like the route that everyone is taking solely from video game editing in general. They're like reaching more like professional ways and fields, pretty much. Sorry for dragging it along. I went to like a whole different subject.
Yeah, no, I understand. It was relevant to, and I think that was a pretty good example too. Okay, so what 3D softwares do you guys use, or are there multiple? Because I
Uh,
know in the FAZE team tag, the FAZE Valorant montage, two of you did 3D. That was Starker and Hamood, if I'm not wrong.
yep.
Okay, so what part of the 3D did you do, and what software was it done on?
I did a little bit of the intro and mostly the in-game cinematics, like that cinematic and the yeah. And the softwares were for the animation to export them from the game to FPX, and I used Blender. And to put like the map together, I used Cinema 4D, and the render was with Octane.
Okay, so
Yep.
so this question I actually asked Enigma on the last podcast too, but I tried researching a lot, and I couldn't find any way to export textures at the current moment from Valorant. But last week I saw a video which did say that UModel can now export textures. So what method did you use? Did you use the method that Enigma did with screenshotting every single texture, or did you know about the UModel thing?
Oh, some of them, like there is, if you went in the maps, there is materials called word grid materials. These materials you can't, like, it's hard to find their original textures. For these materials, we had to like screenshot in game and then place them in the material, and the other ones you can like the materials that have names, you can like find them with the inside the map folder that I exported from the U model. Yep.
All right, Starker, what part of the 3D did you do?
For the 3D, I did mostly like the intro. I helped Hamoud with some of the cinematics, but mostly the intro. The environments, the textures also. I helped Hamoud with like taking screenshots and faking them pretty much because they weren't there. Yeah, that's it. I think Hamoud worked on all the animations, and I just had to go there, do the environment lighting, and not on all of the cinematics, but some of them.
How long did you guys have to finish this project?
I don't know, to be honest.
Like, when were you given the project, and like when did you deliver it, I guess?
It was actually delivered the day that it was posted.
Oh, okay.
And I think this is one thing, interesting thing people should know working with esports companies. Everything is so last minute, and there's like too many people to please, meaning like one person would be like, okay, we have this idea, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that. You would finish like, let's say 20% or 30% of the video. A higher up person, or like, I'm not saying this has happened with us, but like this is like everyone who works with esports companies will know what I mean. Everything can change so last minute. We're planning to use an artist, I think around, let me check the calendar. I'll tell you exactly when we got the project. So September. Okay, late August. We're given we got the idea about this project, right? And we were supposed to use another artist, and me and Starker actually were super close to finishing the edit. It was firstly me and Starker. It was nothing crazy. Then the artist we're gonna use did not agree for his music to be used on our FAZE channel, so that had to be scrapped. And when we scrapped that, Enigma dropped his edit, and then people saw that, and then like now we had to do 3D because we didn't like actually do a lot of 3D in the first version of that video. Starker only did like it's not simple. It's actually he reused it in the original edit. Do you know like the first cinematic with Cypher with that red background?
Yeah.
It was something like that, like all the agents together in like a red environment, and then like clip editing, like a frag movie. But we had to change the artist in order to finding another song, and Enigma's edit dropped, and that raised the standards really high. So then we got Hamood, and we started working on it. Then the song had to change again. Then we changed it was like I would say on paper, the amount of time like was put in the edit, I would say probably a month of work.
Mm-hmm.
Not straight, 1 month
Not
straight, but
straight,
it
yeah.
was like over 3 months.
Okay.
So yeah, pretty
Yeah,
much.
we had all the other projects that we have to do in like the
Yeah, we had to pause it
very
multiple times because at the point our producer we're his only editors, so we had to pause sometimes to attend other projects because the edit wasn't a priority to come out. So we would pause it, go work on something else, come back to it, etc. Like that.
Yep.
Okay, so
It was an on and off thing, pretty much.
so you guys had basically spent 3 months, but that included 2 scraps, and then you did one final one with pauses in between.
Yeah,
Yes, pretty much.
yes.
So initially Hamood wasn't a part of the project, and then you got him when Enigma dropped his edit.
Yeah, because we
Yep.
needed 3D.
All right. Okay, so since you guys are working with one of the basically the biggest org right now in the gaming industry, do you think editing is a valid career option to pursue? Like, should you take this full time?
Yes. Yes. It's a very, very viable option, but you can go full time easily, but it's not like, let's say like you get a real job like as like an engineer or a doctor or whatever, you can secure jobs everywhere. But I think esports is really big, but I still think that's a little bit it's still immature a little bit, because let's say I worked full time for an org, then I got kicked out or I left. It wouldn't be as easy to get another org unless like you're like a very massive artist with like a lot of people know you and shit, you know what I mean? So it's a very, very, very good career. It's very time consuming. It's not like other jobs when you like work 5 days a week, 9 to 5. Like you eat and you wake up and you sleep, and it's just esports. Like you keep thinking about the project. So we have this next month. Like we have this for the other team. We need this for the Overwatch team. We need this. It's constant, not stop. And if you find the right org, you'll be paid appropriately, and you can build a nice career over it. Yeah. So to answer you, esports editing, or like any creative esports work, is a really good job. It pays you well, and it can give you a very bright future. And we're still very early, so it's still gonna grow, and like things are still gonna get bigger than they are right now. So yeah.
Sparker, what do you think?
To me, to be honest, if you asked me this like before 2 years, nah, I will never like think you can make like this much on an gaming editing. But now you can, yeah. Right now, I think yeah, you can.
So
If you get in the esport community or the esport field, pretty much.
alright, so basically you recently, after you started working for FAZE and other big organizations, that's when you came to know that this could actually be something you could pursue full time?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Hamood, what do you think?
Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's very great. You get paid like a lot from what I've heard. Like you get some good salaries. If you enjoy it, I think it's gonna be very great. You'll like it.
So,
Actually, same with what Phoenix said. Even content editing. Content editing is a good. I
yeah,
mean,
I
editing
know-
in general is
I know a guy
really
who's
good
doing content
source of
editing.
income.
I know a guy who's doing content editing for another creator, and that person was actually on the first episode of this podcast, and they're making almost $200 a day making a content video from that person. For that
Yeah,
person,
it's
Yeah.
good. Editing,
possible,
content
yeah.
editing is very good.
I mean,
So,
they do spend 8
Right
hours
now,
a
if you
day,
ask me, yeah, you get paid. Pretty good.
Yeah, content editing is much easier, but it's super boring, but it pays you well, especially if you find the right creator. There, you're gonna
That's
be
true.
rich in no time. Like,
Because if you think
In no
about it,
time.
you're gonna have to cut down a long video and make a
Yeah.
content
Yeah.
out of
I
it.
mean, normally like
Which
footage
is
is like
really
2
a
hours
time-consuming.
long, and then you have to cut it down to like 20 minutes. So
Assuming you make a video every 2 days for the creator, you just like count it up and see how much you'd make a month. It's disgusting money, but it's also disgusting to do, in my opinion.
okay, I see. I don't like content editing either. I've tried it a few times and I just did not enjoy it. And the reason why I edit is because I enjoy it, so I didn't do it. Okay, so as you guys said, as soon as you get a project, you'll all hop on call and then you start discussing your ideas. But have you ever experienced a creative block where you just cannot get any ideas and you're just distracted the whole time?
Shit. It's pretty similar to like just a regular Call of Duty edit, to be honest. With the esport, let's take the Valorant project for example. I think Starker can elaborate. I think they intended to have a different intro than they did, but they swapped some cinematics out. It's just like trial and error. Like everyone has ideas, so you just like have to like open up your software and just like start doing it and see if you can see what works. You know, just like this idea didn't work out, you can jump on the other one, and like it's just trial and error, and it takes time, of course, and you.
No?
What happened?
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, as he said, like it's mostly I think Tafa is like it's mostly like when you find that like something wrong in the edit, you start working on it. That's it. Like I never experienced like creative block.
Okay.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
good, but... Okay.
No,
what
I never
have you-
experienced that. And even if I like don't have ideas for something, I'll just try to find reference or anything that inspires me. And Behance is a good place. Actually, Behance, when you go on Behance, I don't know, sometimes you feel bad because of the amount of creative people out there. Like, there are some insane people with really creative stuff. So you get inspired easily.
Hamood, what about you?
In the Valorant montage, I don't think I had it. If I had it, I would have went like on like Starker said. He gave me the idea to go on like Behance, on Google, look for stuff to get like to bypass the creative block, and yeah, just look for stuff. See, yeah, get inspired.
So, what you guys say is you have never experienced it, but if you did, what you would look for is inspiration from other creators.
Yep.
I guess that was a part of Enigma's what motivates you to edit, because you said I look at other people's work and that inspires me. But I think this makes more sense in this kind of way, when you don't have an idea and you look at people that you're inspired from. That's actually a pretty good idea.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, true.
So, have you ever felt that you're working non-stop without progressing? Like for the past 6 years or however long have you been editing? Like, have you ever felt that you're working and you're doing edits and you're going and going, but you don't feel like you're improving much?
I don't know. I don't think I experienced this too. Like I always try when I upload something, it's something like with something new, let's say, like or a higher standard than the one before.
Yeah, so like
If it's not, I will scrap it from the beginning. That's how it is.
like try to up yourself every single time.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
Hamood, what
That.
do you do?
Well, I just forgot the question. Can you say again, please?
So like, have you ever felt that you're working non-stop without progressing? Like you're doing a ton of edits, but you don't feel like you're improving as an editor?
No, I don't. As an editor, I don't know about that, but as a 3D artist, no. I don't think so, no. As an editor, maybe, yes. but as a 3D artist, no.
Okay. Is Tafa here?
Here.
Okay. What do you think about this?
Like Steiger said, it's just like any like creative, doing anything creative really. Like there is moments. I wouldn't say like a block, but like there's moments like when you're like, oh, this is the same as I did before. But as a creative person, like you always try different things, try to improve like techniques that you already have. That's still like called progressing. If you like reuse the same technique, still reusing the same techniques and improving them to get a better result, that's still progressing in my opinion.
Oh yeah. Okay. So as you guys are really experienced, what, like if someone new who's like new to editing, because most of my community and even myself, we are. So what do you think? What kind of tips would you give to some new editors from your experience? Like any kind of tips, like working with clients, doing certain stuff in editing. What would you say to someone who's new at editing and he wants for you to tell them something about editing?
I would say maybe watch other people, like watch more edits and see how they are doing their stuff. Then try it yourself.
What's one thing you wish
Yeah.
you knew when you started editing?
To be honest, I don't know. Maybe. To be honest, I don't have anything. Like one thing that I wish I remember when I started. Maybe these guys. That's
Okay.
it.
Right.
Like the people around me. That's it.
I mean,
Right
yeah,
now.
a friend group does help with editing a lot.
Yeah, it does. It does.
Okay. Hamood, can you answer both of those questions?
Yeah, the first one was something. I would say just try.
Okay.
Like try stuff. Like don't be scared of the result. Like if you don't make a mistake, you will not learn. That's what I think, to be honest. Just try. Like if you think it's bad, like just don't show it to other people so they don't demotivate you. People who have been editing for a long time, just try and like work on them and reflect on yourself and see how you did. What better stuff did you do in this edit than this edit, and you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Tafa.
Can you repeat the question?
Basically, the question is if someone new who's starting editing.
Oh yeah, that question is still not saying. Okay. It depends on your goal as an editor, honestly. A lot of people only want to edit for fun, which is like, I'm pretty sure it's like all of us here, we all start editing for fun. But you mentioned working with clients to be honest, it depends on what client you're getting.
Okay, so no, but like how to deal with clients professionally and stuff,
Depends on the client. If it's but a general idea to have, you have to always be there for your client, because a lot of people are picky and like they want to be involved in the project, not necessarily working on it, but like they want to see your progression and like get creative along the way with you, so like if like 2 a.m. he hits you up like, yo, we think we can change that. If you can reply, you gotta reply and like make it seem like you're there to do the work for him, and you're like just commissioned to do whatever he tells you, just like be there on standby, be available, be good on timelines. That's one thing I'm still trying to work on. I need to stop being lazy and like be good with deliverables, those are the two things: be available, be on time, and listen to them.
Okay. And what is one thing you wish you knew when you started editing?
Stop being lazy. Don't be lazy. I waste a lot of time. Most of the time that I wasted, it could have gone into like learning 3D and like more motion graphics. As of right now, I'm a full-on video editor. slash compositor slash colorist slash sound, the whole thing. I wish I had more skills like motion design and like 3D. I really want to learn 3D motion design because I can get more skills in my arsenal and I can get better opportunities, you know? Biggest example is Starker. Like he knows everything and he gets some of the best projects, and that's what everyone should be doing instead of wasting their time like not playing all day long or watching Netflix all day long. You should like expand and learn other things.
Okay, so this is a really controversial, so to speak, question. What is most important in an edit to you, at least in your opinion? Is it like flow or execution or creativity or, you know, whatever you think? What do you think what matters most in an edit? Why would you like what would you look for in an edit when you first see it?
For me, I would say like having like a atmospheric on the edit because to me I think flow edits are not that good, to be honest. Like some of them are good, okay, but even the good ones maybe will have like an atmospheric, let's say, or a style to it. Like make the intro, not just jump on the edit and do anything pretty much.
Hamood, what do you think?
The edit, like, you look for everything, CC, SFX, the flow, but mostly I would say is the creativity and the atmosphere, like the environment. That's what I look for, to be honest.
Yeah, but a lot of people say that if there's a lot of creativity, but it isn't executed well, so the creativity looks like really unrealistic or like it's not meant to be there. That's why people say execution is more important than creativity. What do you think about that?
I don't know, to be honest. I think, I don't know.
Yeah, I think having good ideas with good execution, of course, is gonna be better than having a really good ideas but doesn't know how to execute them. Even if the ideas are very basic.
Yeah. Because, I mean, yeah, in my opinion, even if you have a really basic idea but you can execute it well, then people will be impressed. I've seen that with even some of my edits, even though I'm still a beginner, but, you know, I'm still in that beginner part of the community where nobody has, like, really high standards like you guys do. So, like, even the most basic ideas with good execution impress people really well. Okay, Tafa, what do you think?
Like Starker said, I mean, you can obviously tell me Starker have very similar styles. Atmosphere execution is like top tier to me. Flow edits are not that good, but they're enjoyable to watch. But I'd rather watch something that like you can vibe with, you know, like you watch it and be like, this is simple, but like it feels like something. Like you're in a zone with something, like you're vibing with it, like the cinematics, the colors, like the execution of like even the simplest ideas all like leads up to like an edit you can remember and relate to, you know, not just like, oh, this guy had sick impact. Yeah, he sang to that song. Okay. You want to like make something memorable, like something people can vibe to, and yeah.
So, okay. So this question will kind of correlate to your experience. What were some difficulties that you faced when you started editing? Like maybe PC problems, family problems, real life problems, anything? Let's go with let's start with Starker.
Having issues. I've been like having the same PC since like I started since I started doing like good edits, let's say. It's all in the same PC. Except this year I changed. So PC, no, I didn't have issues. But when I started, yes. And I'm not gonna say that was like the reason why I didn't get better at the time. But yeah, it was an issue before, but right now it's not.
Did you have any like problems with family? Because you know a lot of people don't accept editing as a career because this is basically the first generation that's choosing editing as a career.
No, I never had any issues. Actually, my family didn't know that I was editing until like I started showing them when I got better, let's say. And yeah, so they didn't know about this, but
Okay.
as I'm doing like still in the as I'm still in the college, it's all
Okay.
good.
All right.
I
Hamood,
I'm
what about you?
I'm still in college.
Oh, you're still in
Yeah.
Okay, so you said you don't have anything else to manage when I asked you the.
No,
That was me.
Oh,
that
okay.
was Tafa. For me, I have college, but
You can still
if I'm
manage.
still in college, then like why would they get mad at me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
True.
still studying. I'm not working.
Okay. Hamood.
Yeah, the first like when I started editing, the the PC was a really like it was a problem for me because my clips were at like 15 FPS. They were like yeah, my gameplay was at 15 FPS, so my PC was very bad. I was using the GPU graphics card. No, the CPU graphics card. It was very bad. Family problems, yeah, my family doesn't believe that being an editor is like a good job, to be honest, or a good career. They
Mm-hmm.
want something higher, like let's say computer science or a doctor or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So basically, so you don't have support from family on this side, but like, do you want to pursue this as a full-time thing in the future?
Yes, that's my plan B. My plan A is like becoming a computer scientist. Yep.
Okay. Okay, so you're still in school and you're gonna be doing computer science, but that's what your plan B is. You wanna pursue editing full time.
If the computer science didn't work out, then yes, that's my plan B.
Okay, Tafa.
Yeah, we all the three. Actually, a lot of people share the same problem with us. I'm pretty sure a lot of people started with bad computers, and the more they get into editing, they be like, "This is not enough." And actually, that you mentioned family problems, there was no family problems. I would say the problems present themselves like, "Yo, mom, like, oh, I want to edit better. Like, can I get a better computer?" She's like, "No, you can't. You're not getting no computer." So I had to grind on a very back 2 gig. I think it was 2 gigs of RAM and a very old Core 2 Duo and like a 1 gigabyte AMD graphics card. I used
Holy
it
crap.
from like 2013 to like 2017, I think, and then I upgraded
Okay.
to a better computer. And I think around like 2018, I started like doing some client work, and I was like showing results to my family, and like they start to take it more serious. Actually, now this year, like with FAZE, like even more than before. So I wouldn't say there was problems to begin with, but it was like hard to justify them. Like, yo, I need a better computer for this and that. But now, like, if I was in this position, I would have asked them before. They would have agreed fully.
All right. Okay, so most of you haven't. Well, okay, that's. I guess yeah, that works. I haven't faced like any too like big of a problem, but I still have the problem, like you said, the PC stuff. I don't really have too much of a good PC. All right. So okay, so your advice to someone. Give me 2 minutes, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, sure. Take your time. Shoelace PC, Amir. How do you still remember that?
Wait, what is that? You're gonna show me later.
That's- oh,
What's up, Jackal Door?
What's up, Habibi?
How did you find the stream, Jacka? Twitter?
Tawatar.
Vuva. Wait, isn't Vuva is a city? Right?
Vuvuva?
Yeah. It's a
I don't
city, right?
know.
I think it's a city.
I don't know. Vuvuva.
Yeah, also.
That's
Cavita.
Oh yeah, the W pronouncing. Yeah, that's
they
weird.
pronounce W. Vu. Vu.
Yeah.
Vu. 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 Vuvuva. Lebe.
Vuvuva.
That's the African guy name.
Eh, vu. Vuvuve.
Alright, boys, I'm back.
Welcome.
So, your advice to someone, what would your advice be to someone who wants to become a filmmaker or director but is currently in the video game editing community? As you guys said, you believe that video game editing even is a valid career option, but what if someone wants to, like, they're starting out with video game editing, but in the future they want to go towards like actual filmmaking and directing? What would you say to them as like how to pursue their goals and how to switch, so to speak?
I think that applies with everything. Just try to find friends or people who work in that field, and they can maybe get you there, or at least show you the way how to get there. I think.
So,
Because yeah, go on.
I mean, having contacts, I guess what you're saying is in the field
Yeah.
you want to pursue.
Pretty much. That's what I meant.
Okay,
Like-
so far, I mean, Tafa, are you in college? Tafa?
Tafa is dead.
Okay, Hamood, are you in college? Because we know Starker's in college.
No, I'm still in high school. Next year. Probably in college, yeah.
So basically, what this question is, or this topic, so to speak, is what do you people think about film schools? Because Starker is going to college right now and he's not attending a film school because he's doing mechanical engineering. So what do you guys think? Are they necessary as, you know, being a part of an editor or a filmmaker, or are they just like they just teach stuff that you can learn online already? Because last podcast we did discuss this with
Hello?
too. Yeah, hello.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, I wanted to ask you, are you in college?
No, I don't go to college. I heard you talking about filmmaking college.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about film schools? Because last time we talked to Enigma about the subject, and he said that most of the times he was teaching the teacher instead of the teacher teaching them, and it was mostly just like with the teacher, like basically the college teaching them the professional aspects of editing, you know, the terms and terminologies and how to work with brands and stuff like that. Do you guys believe that going to film school is a necessity?
Oh, that's a good question. Short answer, I would say the only benefit to going to a film, like anything that you can learn in film school or like any college, it's all available to you online. Like this career path is like attended by many people that are like only self-taught. I think the only benefit you would get from going to like a college for like filmmaking is a certificate, and like some agencies or some people like require that for you to work with them. But I think that concept has been long dead. Like people don't really care what you have, they care about your skill. They didn't you validate it. There's no like paper like that you show to people like, okay, this guy is a good editor. Like people view your work first before everything. So if you possess the skill and you're very well self-taught, I don't think there's any need for going to filmmaking school, because everything is literally available online. You're just gonna sit in class and listen to someone ramble for a long time, and you can sit at home and watch a video for someone ramble for a long time. It's your choice and it's your money, to be honest. And whatever's like convenient for you. That's just like my personal take on it.
Good choice. What do you think, Starker?
Yeah, as Tafa said, I don't think
So, like, as
People
someone who's
will
currently
watch.
going to college and studying like a different kind of field, what
Yeah.
do you think it's like? Would it be better if you were going to film school, considering that you would be doing the same thing at home and at school? Or,
To be honest, here in Saudi, like this field is new. Like it's new. It's not. How can I say it?
I think it's new for
It's
the
not.
whole Eastern kind of world, because even here, like, being a filmmaker is really like unique and rare.
Yeah, I think as you said, yeah, because right now I don't think we have film school. If you want to learn this thing, you can go with there's a program actually. The government just started a program where they will pay for all of your what's it called, Tafa?
Scholarship, or tuition,
Yes.
tuition
Yes.
fees.
And they started in a different field, like in new fields. People usually don't study these fields here in Saudi. Like mostly people look at jobs here. It's like, okay, you go in the what's called the plants factories. Yeah, plant factories is the real job as the people see it.
Alright.
You go work
Yeah.
in like industries.
Industrial like plantations and stuff.
Yep.
Okay, Hamood, so since you're still in high school, do you have any plan to go to film school, or what? And also give your thoughts on film schools.
I told you, yep. That's my plan B. I told you if the computer science thing doesn't work out for me, I will, yes, for sure, switch to like study VFX or yeah, film.
So, like Tafa and Starker said that they don't feel it's necessary. Do you think, are you just gonna go there to do like have the same goal in both the educational and the freelance side, or is it because you want to go to film school and learn something there?
To be honest, I don't know what do they teach there to like start with. I don't know what they teach, but yeah, I don't know. I haven't got into it yet. Yeah.
I think film school can be viable for one thing, being on set. That's like something you can learn online. I don't think people notice it, but being on set with cameras and actors and like the order of everything, it has an etiquette that you just like don't walk in and like people like have an order, like everyone knows what to do. You can't learn that online. You need like on hands experience, like going to the lab. If you're like doing like another field in college, you have to like be on set, know how to operate the cameras, like know how to hold the mic, like just know the order of everything. I don't think that's something you can necessarily learn online. You need to have like hands-on experience to know stuff like that. But if you're just an editor, I don't think it's worth going to film school. But like if you're pursuing the filming route, I think it's a useful option.
Okay, Amir in the chat says having a degree or certification is a huge plus too. But Tafa discussed that in his answer. He said like that companies nowadays just look for skills, not really the kind
I think getting like a high position, I think you will need a degree, of course. Like you can't get on a high position without a degree. That's what I think.
Yeah, true. I think it depends on like filmmaking is a big field. Like you have like editors, you have like colorists, you have like sound design, and like you have VFX artists. It depends on what you're doing, but I think just for an editor, it's not really necessary.
Okay,
Unless like Sucker said, there's like a bigger position, then you can help for sure.
so to
I'm not
sum
saying
it
it's
all-
useless, but it's not that beneficial either.
Okay. So to sum it all up, if you knew someone with like really high potential and amazing knowledge of editing, would you recommend, and you know like that they're gonna make it somewhere as an editor or a filmmaker, would you recommend them to go to film school if they come to ask and come to you for advice, saying like should I go or should I not go? What would you say to them?
That's an interesting question. And I think it has different answers, to be honest. I would you would have to sit with someone like that, ask them about like their goal. Maybe like they don't want to pursue it as a career, but if they want to pursue it as a career, I would say start by like building connections first. See what you can do before like spending the money. If you're gonna spend money to go to a film school, because like I said, a lot of the stuff that you can learn in film school is available to you online, and it's much easier to like, teach yourself and like grasp like all the information online that you can, and like have the exact same results, if not better. So I think it depends on the scenario and on the person.
Okay, Starker, what do you think? What would you say to someone?
Huh? Me?
Starker.
Okay,
Yeah.
so-
Yeah, what would you say to someone if they came to you with this inquiry?
I think I would do the same thing as Tafa said. Like, first start with the connections, see what you can do, and if you think the certificate will add something to you, then yeah, go for it. Why not?
Okay, Hamood?
like they said, if there's like information that the college on your on university gives you that is not available publicly or online, I would say yes. Go and like get that information to like boost your knowledge and like boost your knowledge and skills.
Okay, so I feel like a lot of people need to realize this, I guess, is every question that we ask depends on every person's personal conditions. Like, not everybody has the same conditions, like, which is why none of the answers that I'm gonna get asking about experiences with life, not with editing. You'll most likely get a definite answer with that, but experiences with life mostly depend on the situation you're in. Sometimes you're in a situation where you can't afford to go to college, but you want to go to college. But in that case, you have to, like, there will be another answer to that. And if sometimes you can afford but you don't want to go, then there'll be another answer. So nothing can be said definitely until we know the exact situation of said person. And all I'm asking these questions for is to get a general idea of what would work in the most general situation. But everybody has complications in their life, so if you don't feel like any of these answers in it, then that's the reason why. Okay. Moving on to more brand stuff. Since you like work with like FAZE, so you guys said you're not employed by FAZE, you're freelancing for them. At least you and Tafa. Actually, all three of you are, right?
Yes.
So what do you think FAZE saw in you that they chose that you need to work for them?
Your voice is lagging. I didn't hear what you say.
I'm saying, like, what do you think FAZE saw in you guys, and that like made them go, okay, we need these guys to work on our project?
To be honest, I don't know. Maybe they saw the edit, just the quality, and that's it. I don't think there's anything else. Maybe.
Like, because
if you have
brands, I mean, obviously, as an icon as big as FAZE, so to speak, they obviously probably put a lot of time and thought into their decisions. But why do you think, like, what made you stand out from like the other thousands of editors in the community, and they choose you?
As I said, to be honest, I don't think there's something that I do maybe other people can't do. It's just maybe try your best.
Because Enigma had to say that he thinks why Liquid chose him was because he was like an all-in-one package to them. He could do 3D, he could do editing, he could like composite, color grade, everything himself. They didn't need a second person. So the fact that they didn't have to deal with multiple people working on the project, that's why he thinks that they chose him. Why do you think? Like, I don't want a definite answer. I'm just like saying, why do you think they chose you?
As I said, to be honest, I don't have anything that other people can't do. Like, it's just maybe the quality. Just trying your best. That's it. That's my answer.
Yeah, same thing Stucker said. It's it's a part of it is luck, like them noticing you specifically. And but if they notice you and you don't have good work, then it's useless. So it's like having good quality work, and just trying your best to deliver the best you can. And like when they notice it and they trial you and like you do good, then just like they book you and you stay with them.
Hamood.
Yeah, exactly what Tafa said.
Okay, so basically, what was the first project you guys did for FAZE? Like, was it this Valorant montage, or have you guys been working with them for a long time? Because I think Starker has been with motion designs, but I don't know about the other two.
No, actually, we started the. There was a guy. His name is Greasy. Okay, so Greasy told them about us, about me specifically. They said, "Okay, there's this guy. He's good. He can do this stuff." He got first on OCC, which is one thing they checked. I think they went and checked my edit. They saw the video that I made, the 2020 video. Where I bought all of my projects, all of the edits I made in 2019 and 2018 in one video.
Kind of
yeah, but it was synced to the song. So when you watch it, it's like an edit of all the edits, pretty much. And he watched that. The producer, he contacted me. He asked me, "Are you interested in working with FaZe?" And yeah, I started working on the Valorant project. Not the Valorant project that we did. It was the announcement video for FaZe Morphed. I uploaded it to my channel. I did that. Yeah, I did that video. And then they wanted other videos too for each player. And by the time, I think they were already done with one of the players. So we had 4 left. I did one, which is Marved, and there were 3 left. I think Tafa did all of them, right, Tafa? Or you did 2?
I did Baby Bay and I did Ruckus. Yeah, so I just did 2. And Greasy did Zachary. So
Greasy did Zachary. Okay, yes. So they already had 2 videos. There were 3 left. I did 1. Tafa did 2. They needed another guy to do the 2. So I told them about Tafa, and then we got Tafa in. After that, we started working on the Valorant project, the big team montage, and we started working, me and Tafa. They scrapped that. We started another one, got scrapped, and then we had to work on the 3D. We got Hamood. That's how it is.
Yeah.
So Hamood's first project with Wales was with FaZe. Why do I say Wales? With FaZe was the montage, Valorant montage.
Yes, the Valorant. Yep.
Okay. So since we're on the topic of brands and how they work with artists, what do you think brands or organizations nowadays look for in an artist or a content creator? For example, if you were made the talent scout of FaZe and you had to look for other editors or other artists, content creators, what would you look for in them and then like pick them up to FaZe?
I want someone like reliable. I think I'll get someone reliable, someone who I can trust, who like I can, or in their position in their view, let's say, they can just give the projects and make sure that it's gonna be good, and have a good like deadline, not like taking it for too long. So yeah, I think reliability.
Okay, Tafa, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree with Stark on that one. He answered it pretty well.
I mean, I guess reliability is something, obviously, which is really important, especially when you're working with such a big organization. You have deadlines, and as he said earlier, more people to impress. Because I've only worked with one big organization, so to speak. And I know when I delivered their project, they wanted the manager side. He was like, okay, this is okay, but I have to show this to the CEO and to the director and to the producer. And so, there's tons of people you need to show it to.
Impress.
Yeah. So, you didn't mention anything like what would like make them stand out? Did you not think you would not look for that? Like something that makes them stand out from other editors, even though like they're working in the
As I
same
said,
field.
and actually, yeah, Enigma's answers is very good. Like having how can I say it, a lot of like knowledge in other fields, not only editing,
Generalist.
because
Yeah.
that's gonna help a lot. Like, okay, you know 3D, or at least you know someone who can do 3D. That's good. You know how to do motion graphics. You know a little bit about graphics. That's good. That can help. That can make you stand
Yeah, it
out
helps you a lot.
out
Yeah.
of the.
Okay.
You need to be a viable person. Like they can rely on you on other things, not just like the editing. Because an esports org is not just like edit this, edit that. There's like other things that come to it. And if you're just like a useful person in general, they see the value in that, and they can just like stop asking you for edits and like put you for something else. It just works like that. It depends on how useful you are, like in general as a whole, like as a person.
Yeah, you need to make sure that you are valuable, like to them.
Okay.
That you have a value for them.
Do you have anything different to say, Hamood?
Yeah, like they said, a generalist who know like a little bit of like 3D editing, motion graphics, and someone who can deliver like their stuff on time and the like some good professional stuff.
So everybody waiting in the chat for their questions. I recently made this change, which a lot of people don't know, but the last 30 minutes of the podcast, which is in 15 minutes, I will be taking your questions for these people. So do not worry if you have any questions. And also, there's this a guy, I'm pretty sure you've seen him in the chat, Starker, PVPKW.
PVPKW, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yes,
this person is one of my friends in the community, and he wanted me to tell you that he loves you and your work. So
Thank you. Thank you. I've seen him since the beginning of the broadcast.
okay.
Thank you, man. I
but yeah,
appreciate it.
you can start gathering up your questions. In 15 minutes, we'll be taking your questions. And finally, one last thing that I like to ask everyone, because I like to see what people look for, is what editors inspire you. What kind, like even if there's not a specific editor, what kind of style or what kind of videos inspire you to work more?
Editors
Like-
right now,
Editors, projects, like what kind of work, you know, like you saw Enigma, like you don't like if you see the project, you don't see the artist. If that's the kind of thing, like tell me what kind of projects you like to watch and stuff like that.
there are some editors who are really good in this community. Some of them are still in the community, and some of them are already like out of it. Maybe one of them is FT.
Mm-hmm.
FT is a really good editor. Like his style is really good. Enigma actually inspires me too. Like his stuff is really good, and watching him improve in 3D like the past few months, and to get to this position, it's insane to me. Like he actually inspires me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the community, the whole community.
I mean, seeing other people progress is one of my, what I like. One of the things that I use to inspire myself. Like, okay, this person was at this point 2 years ago. Now they're at this point, so you can do that too. I think I use that as an inspiration a lot. And
Yeah, that too. Like wanting to get in the same level, challenge pretty much. Like challenging yourself and trying to be better than someone. That's very good.
okay, Hamood.
People who inspired me are like people who does like the games like fully 3D. You know how the maps they can edit everything in 3D. Basically, people who put like the game in another software where they can like edit the maps, edit the textures, the lighting. Who are like Fuse, JKR, Maro. a lot of people who does that, and they are very good at it. That's what inspires me to like do stuff like them. Yep.
And Tafa, finally.
Yep, Nikki.
Tafa.
Tafa.
Tafa die.
Tafa die.
Again.
No, I'm here. It depends.
I mean, the inspiration part and motivation. Inspiration and motivation are two things I can actually mix up sometimes, but I think these are the like motivation is actually really hard to find for editors. Sometimes, you know, I just don't want to edit anymore, even though I enjoy it. It's just there's no motivation, and that's why I'll ask everybody that I invite to the podcast what motivates them, like I did you guys. And I think that actually helps a lot, because like after hearing what motivates Enigma and now you guys, I've tried like doing the same things. And since I'm working on a Valorant announcement montage for a team right now, and I want it to be as good as, like, you know, something like you and you guys made and Liquid made, even though I'm not nearly on the level of your like skill, but I want it to be my best work from whatever I've done before.
That's one of the things that matters the most, is like impressing yourself first, because you know your level, and the more you improve on yourself, you notice it before everyone else actually. So all that matters is that you tried your best and you see that you improved, and that's a good step. And those steps keep coming, and one day you might end up, you never know where.
So yeah, that stuff like that. I'm definitely gonna be giving that my best, as you guys said, like trying to top yourself every edit you make, improve every edit that you do. That's the best mindset to have. And it's the only, I guess, and I believe the only way that you're gonna make it somewhere, because if you just keep doing the same thing over and over, even if you're not being even if you're being creative but you're doing the same thing over and over, I don't think nobody's gonna notice you, because they're gonna feel that you're stuck at a point and you're not going above that point. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna start taking questions from the chat. I'll make a Google form. Somebody gave some really good feedback on the last podcast. I'm gonna make a Google form real quick, and I will be taking your questions there. So I have like an organized form of all of your questions. If you guys wanna chat around with the three legends, you can. As far as I'm making the form.
Okay. I've seen some questions. Actually, one of them were, where do you find your songs? Forgot who asked it. But for that part, mostly if I'm searching for a song, I'll go on SoundCloud and try to find the song. Like if it's a personal project.
Okay.
If it's something that I'm gonna do. And then ask the artist, of course. Like some editors doesn't ask the artist, which is sometimes fine, but some artists are gonna, like, they can strike your video pretty much.
Okay.
So, and it's good to take permission before you start. Like you don't want someone to steal a part of your edit, and they're doing the same. They don't want you just to steal the song, so you have to ask sometime. So yeah, SoundCloud. But if it's for a client, they will have like a website, like for example Epidemic, or you have Monster Cat, or maybe Soundstripe. There are some good
do you
websites.
guys have subscriptions to these websites that offer like music?
No, you don't have to subscribe. Like the client will have it most likely. Like they will have the subscription already for their or
like finding music for like an edit I'm making is something like that, and like indulges the edit into next level is actually really hard sometimes for me. So I kind of like to ask others how they find their music.
Yeah, true. Music can make you want to edit the video or just want to scrap it from the beginning. So it's really important to find a good song before you start,
Okay.
or at least have an idea of what song you want.
The forms are in the chat now. You guys can start submitting your questions. Yeah. All right. Are there any other projects that you're working on that you're allowed to talk about? Are there any big projects that you're working on right now?
Big projects. Phase 5. Phase 5 is a
Oh.
big project, I'd say.
So you
Other
you
than
know the
that-
winners?
No.
No, not yet.
Nah. Nope.
I mean, you know, I commented this on your tweet too, but when you made the FAZE top 100 like video, I don't know, like I do not know how you did all the you know, the amount of names and information, and you just had to put into the video after you made that.
That's so hard to manage. Like just watch the video on one of the people and look at the information on the screen. So you have to add their profile picture 2 times, not 1 time, and you have to add their name, their age, their location, and not only their location, having to rotate the globe to their location, which I made a small script to make it easier for me, where I will just go on Google Map and click on the position and it will give me the coordinate. So I just enter it in After Effects, then that's it. It's
That's
pretty
nice.
simple.
So you do know how to
Yeah.
code a bit.
Not really. I just try different stuff,
Okay.
and if it works, it works. Expressions, pretty much.
And
Simple
I
code.
really liked
Very simple
the card animation you did for Phase 20, like the top 20. That was cool.
Thank you. Actually, the card idea is my idea, but the cards, the animation and the cards, a guy made, which what's his name? Waken, Alex. I think that's his name, Alex. Right?
Oh, yeah,
Tafa?
you
I
tagged
don't
him
know.
in
Yeah,
your
it's
tweet too.
Alex.
Yes.
Yeah, Alex.
So he did the animation and he did the layout of the card. I came in, I added some stuff, some simple stuff, but he made the whole let's say layout of the card mostly.
Okay.
And yeah, I managed. the whole
We have
thing
some
as a thing.
questions. Some of these seem like memes. Some of these seem like they're submitted by your friends because the name says when you ask the question, they'll know my name. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, the first question is by Buttery. They say, is there a website or channel you could recommend for learning 3D?
Buttery?
Yeah, Buttery asked.
3D.
That's a real question.
Buttery.
A real question. No, not trolling.
Yeah, that's a real question. Dude,
I don't know.
YouTube is a big platform. Just type in how I made a 3D commercial. There's people doing full walkthroughs, like texturing it in Photoshop, then
Yeah.
modeling the bottle, then putting the light. Then there's very useful walkthroughs you can watch. And the more you watch those, the more you're gonna be in with the person and knowing what they do and how they execute stuff. And you're gonna memorize that. Then you're gonna watch another tutorial. You just learn by doing that. Just use YouTube. It's not necessary to buy all the guides out there because a lot of stuff is free out there. So you just have to look and be patient and watch.
Yeah, actually, I'm gonna send a playlist that I made with a lot of tutorials. I just if I see something interesting, I'll just right click, add to playlist.
Okay,
So-
that's a good idea.
That might be helpful for some people. I send it in the chat. I don't know if I can send links
Yeah,
or
you
I'll
can,
have
you can.
to.
I have you.
I
as a
can.
mod.
Okay, good.
I'm just gonna add this to my bookmarks. Okay. Wait, I can add this to my playlist. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. I wanna watch these too. Secondly, Lousy asks, how do you use storyboards to work together in a team?
Ooh,
storyboard. Yeah, go on, Tafa.
We use something called Melanot. I'll link it in the chat actually. It's like a website that gives you a board Oh, I can't send links. I'll send it here. You can
let me
send it.
let me make you a mod. I
Okay,
added both
so this
Starker and
website, you can get in, and it gives you tools. Let's say like you're browsing Behance or Google Pictures, and you see a picture. You can like there's an extension on Google Chrome or like whatever browser you use, and you click Add to Melanat, so it automatically adds it to your storyboard that you made on the website, and you can drag like a to-do list. Actually, can you share screen your Discord? I can share my screen to show you the one from Valorant if the guys want to see it.
Okay, share your screen. I'll see what I can do because I had
You guys mind?
I had a similar setup to show Enigma's face cam last stream, so I think it'll work perfectly with that. Share your screen so I can see how it looks on my screen.
Let me find the Valorant thingy first. Okay, I have it. There might be some memes on this, like we're like, but yeah. Okay, let me just share my screen real quick. Did you see it?
Let me just watch stream. There you go. And I'm gonna.
Okay.
Alright, that works perfectly.
Okay, so this is what we worked on. As you can see, Hamood, can you move around some stuff? All the people viewing the page, they can add and view stuff, and you can see it real time. So, for example, Hamood, add a to-do list. Can you drag it?
Yep. To do.
Type in hello stream. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Hello.
Look, Tafa, what the heck?
hello stream. Okay, so here's our inspiration list. This is for Omen, the Omen scene, the first cinematic in the edit. As you can see, there's like pictures here that we got from Behance, Twitter, etc. And then you go back, and we had a to-do list, which was a meme, but there's a lot of useful stuff you can put here, and like all of you guys can manage it and scroll through, go to the side, bring a column, put a comment, put a link for like something, and then you can add a reaction to something, and you can add a line like connect this picture to this to-do list. It's endless. You can do pretty much anything you want, and it's a very helpful tool that everyone can use for a collaborative project. Yeah, that's all about it. I'm gonna put the link in the chat, and everyone can look it up. And there's also presets provided by the website that you can start using. But I found out about that late, so
Cool stuff.
Here's the link.
I will definitely look into that. Alright, so moving on to I'm hoping that the answer is ended. Do we have any more insight towards this storyboard, or is this it?
yeah, it's pretty simple. That's it.
Okay, next up we have oh god, no, this is a meme question. I don't even know if I should ask this. Okay, Larray asks, will anyone want to be my stepbrother, please? You?
Depends.
Depends. Are you rich, Larray?
What? I didn't hear.
I need to see a picture first, then I can decide.
Oh god. Starker, he asked, will anyone want to be my stepbrother? Last podcast, we asked this to Enigma. Enigma was like, time him out, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah, for real. Time out, man.
Okay. Next up we have Darby. No, wait, actually, I missed a question. PvP. How did you go from editing frags to editing to virus and phase? I guess that's just progression. I mean, we did discuss progression.
Yeah, you just slowly climb up the ladder. Just make a name for yourself. Keep doing your thing, and like, if you're lucky or if you work hard enough, like chances will just come to you, and you gotta take advantage of them.
Okay, somebody. Okay, so Darby asks, have you ever thought of going into the VFX industry to work on films or advertisements? So, like, I guess professional stuff, like proper real life.
For me, that was actually plan B, like after mechanical engineering.
Mhm.
but it seems like Plan B started really early to me. Like, I still don't know if I should continue in this or get a job in the planet factories, as I said before.
Okay.
And I might try to balance, which is gonna be really hard to balance between both,
Okay.
like getting some works here and clients, and also continue studying. Hopefully, I can manage, inshallah.
All right. Inshallah. Good luck, bro. Okay. What do you think, Tafa? Tafa.
I think the guys. I haven't worked on an advertisement yet, but I think Starker and Hamood are like already doing professional work. They made a. I don't know if you guys seen it, but they made a Beats advertisement featuring FAZE. In my opinion, that's very professional work. That's something like an agency would do, and I think it's already happening. Like Starker said, Plan B started really early, and everyone's doing it. Like the entire esports community is like turning really professional now, and like a lot of companies are like hopping in and like they want to sponsor people. So it's a fast growing industry for sure.
Yeah, the esports and the gaming industry is growing crazy fast. So, I mean, I think if you can advance, this is my personal belief, but if you can advance enough in the gaming industry, then you can already be in like the biggest professional industry, because I think the only future-proof industry right now is the esports and the gaming industry, because this isn't going anywhere, not for a long time. So,
Yep.
yep. Okay, so Hamood, what do you think?
Yeah, like I said, I wish I want to like pursue. I told you like professional VFX, but like I said, I want to like try out computer science first, and then yeah, it's my plan B.
Okay. Somebody really nice who forgot to put their name asks, "How are you all?"
Thank you,
Pretty
man.
good.
Very well.
Doing
Okay.
good.
Okay, Vivian asks, "Who is the worst client you have ever worked with?" And if you don't want to reveal the name, who it is, at least explain why they were difficult to work with.
Stuck. Remember.
Oh, what's the question? Again.
Who is the worst client you guys have worked with? If you don't want to reveal the name, just explain why they were difficult to work with.
Okay, I remember one guy. He pretty much asks every single day. You'll go in Discord or comes to your Twitter and tell you how is the project doing. Every single day. Literally, from we started until we finished. Every day he comes, how is the video? How is the video? How is the video? How is the video? And I always give him the same answer, like, okay, I will start soon, I will do this. Even if I don't have any answer, I'll just send him like, I didn't do any progress. I have to tell him like every day I didn't do any progress. For example, for 2 days, 3 days, like he keeps asking, because I have the deadline. I know when this project should be done, so I can manage it myself. I don't need to work every day on it. Like I have maybe other projects to work on. So when I agree to take the project, I have a deadline. And if I have progress, I will send you progress. If I don't have progress, I won't send you any progress.
Yeah.
So that's how it is. He kept asking every day about the project. And after we finished the project, he stopped, like when we get almost at the end of the project, he stopped asking about the project. He literally stopped asking about the project. And I sent him like a DM, yo, let's finish this. We are done. And he ghosted me for like 2 weeks maybe.
2 weeks.
So yeah, so this guy, I'm not gonna work with him for sure. For sure. This is like the worst client you can get.
If any clients are in the chat, don't do that.
Yeah, don't keep asking. Like, okay, I understand his point of him not wanting me to take the project and then sleep on it and come at the last minute and start working. But
No, but yeah,
I
mean,
know-
I
I
understand
know
that
when-
you like a lot of people say I'm spending money. I need updates. Yeah, okay, sure you are, but like
Yes.
obviously you don't need to overstress the editor. You know, you need
No,
to
no,
give
we
them time.
agreed. We agreed on the deadline when we started. Okay, so and we, for example, we agreed. I will give you this like a preview on this date after 2 weeks, for example. You don't have to ask me every day. Okay, maybe once, twice, but every single day. And even when he just called me for the first time, he said, "I'm gonna be asking you every day." I was like, okay, that's very weird, but yeah, okay, sure.
Okay. Tafa, do you have, or was it the same experience? Because Tafa said, "Do you remember?"
Nah, I think the only experience it was me. I don't want to expose myself, but I. One of the reasons the Valorant project took 3 months is not because of Scraps. It was because of me being no comment. So yeah, maybe I thought Stalker would maybe be like the worst client is Tafa, but I'm not a client. I'm a
No,
co-editor.
no, that's actually one of the yeah, true. Tafa too.
Okay. And Hamood, what about you?
No, I haven't encountered an annoying client yet, but I'm sure I will encounter in the future.
Okay. Lolzy asks once again, do you guys watch anime?
No.
Fuck no.
No.
Okay. He's gonna be really
Anime
sad.
only like Dragon Ball.
I like SpongeBob anime.
SpongeBob anime? What? Okay. Blank F16 asks, how old is Hamood? Does he live in Canada? I love his edits, would like to meet him in the future. Hamood does live in Canada. I don't know how old he is, but
What's his name? The guy who asked?
Blank F16.
Who? What's his name?
Blank F16. Is this some kind of what is going on?
No,
I'm confused.
I don't know this guy.
I don't know.
Me
either.
neither.
Wait, so do you wanna say your age or no?
I already said it, 18.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. I love his edits, would like to meet him in the future. Are you gonna meet him?
No.
I'm gonna come to meet you, Hamood. I'm not gonna tell you.
Inshallah.
I'm just gonna
Inshallah.
show up at your house.
You is okay, but blank, no.
Okay. Greetings to Habibis from WWA label from Jackal Daware. I don't know who that is.
Voa.
Wow. What is wow? What is wow?
Arab never
Voa
stop.
label.
Okay, I do not know what that is.
Really?
No.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
like a
Are you a
group.
Fortnite editor? Oh my god, Fortnite editors. What?
Okay. Next up, we have a question by someone who forgot to put their name once again. Which is the best editing software?
Movie Maker.
Windows Movie Maker. There you have it. Tafa, you made the Valorant montage in Windows Movie Maker?
Yeah, I had to bring out my Windows XP old PC to do it. It was fire.
Okay. What did you like? Okay. I am.
Nah, in all seriousness though, if you're pursuing professional work, use the Adobe Suite because that's the industry standard everyone be using. Use After Effects, Premiere, etc.
And
We're motion
Get him.
graphics stuff. Yeah.
I think what makes Adobe Suite that much more better is that they have like 26 softwares which covers every aspect of production. And you can just like use the Adobe Dynamic Link in between all the softwares too.
Yeah, I want to recommend more people to use the Resolve Studio because it's actually super slept on. It has like not so much for motion graphics. I think fucking After Effects is king in motion design and motion graphics, but Resolve is very powerful and can be really useful if people want to learn that. They can give it a shot. It's very
Sure.
versatile. It's actually even better than the Dynamic Link.
Oh, okay. I saw Linus's video on like when he was comparing the two, and he just said that he didn't find the kind of control he had with audio, especially with like having Adobe Audition to do the audio, and with DaVinci Resolve you just had the basic controls, nothing too special. But So that was that was a full industry kind of work. Not really industry, but he's running like an 11 million subscriber YouTube channel, which has daily uploads and stuff. So he does have pretty good, reliable knowledge about that kind of stuff. Okay, next up we have Nick T asking, "Will you love me?"
Who?
Nick T, I don't know, Niqte. Nick T.
Yeah,
Nick
sure.
T, I don't know. Okay, he will love you, Nick T. Thank you. Tafa, will you love him or hate her? I don't know.
I need picture first and age.
Yeah, you don't want to go to jail, bro.
Yup.
Moving on. Most of these questions are memes. Okay, so this is the question that the name says they know the name by the question. The question is Russian tonight. What does that mean?
Rusian.
Hi,
Rusian
Mother.
tonight.
Okay, Mantar.
Yes, tonight.
What is Russian?
Russian.
Rusian.
What is that?
Russian. It's an inside meme. You speak Russian?
Okay. PvP asks, how do you get better at recording cinematics?
Use your head. Spend time. Find dynamic movements. Be smart.
Wait, so does you guys did the death cinematic, which actually was one of the standing out parts of the phase winner montage, when the guy dies and you guys pan the camera around him and then it looks
Oh,
back
the
at
frozen
character.
time?
Yeah. How, like, was that 3D?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's all 3D.
So were any cinematics actually recorded inside the game?
Nothing was from the game except like the
The clips?
assets and the clips, yeah.
Okay. Wait, so I don't know. The lighting didn't look like as if it was like 3D because it was just, I guess, game lighting. You guys try to replicate that.
Oh yeah, that was
Exactly.
one of the goals, yeah.
Okay.
One of the goals like to make the cinematics like they're like made from the game, like with Dolly camera mod or something.
Yeah, I was like, how did they have Dolly Cam? Because it was like, okay, it looks like as if it's in the game. This doesn't look like 3D. And yeah, because I saw a Twitter post of someone saying that they made a Dolly Cam and they were gonna give it to like special people only. And I was like, okay.
Oh,
you
Rami
guys are
J?
Special people.
Yeah.
I do
I
not
think
remember
that's
the
all.
name, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah, it's Rami J. He likes doing stuff like that, but never puts it out.
Okay. FaZe Barker fan 404 asks, is Starker just FaZe Barker on an alt?
What?
Stop associating Starker with Barker, please.
Oh god.
What's the question again?
The question is Starker just Barker on an alternative account?
No, I'm not Barker. I don't know anything about Barker. I have no connection with Barker.
Fuck
I'm
Barker, okay?
I'm Starker.
Where did your name come from actually? Like Starker?
At the beginning I had different name, which was X Azuz X. It's fucking stupid, but yeah, one of my friends saw it and he said, "Nah, this game is garbage. What about Starker?" So I changed it. That's on 2014.
your friend made
Before
the
I
name.
start editing, I was doing graphics, like banners stuff.
Okay,
So,
so the person who asked about the anime stuff, he is mad that none of you watch anime, and now he's spamming the forum. What do I do? he's just spamming the forum with stuff like, you have provoked the anime Lord 69. What?
Yeah, sorry for that.
I'm
No
trying
anime
to.
here.
Yeah, sorry. I'm still trying to be respectful. I'm still a little irritated that you mentioned anime, but I'm just trying to keep my calm.
Okay, wait, do you not like anime?
Yeah, I love anime. Not.
I've only watched like one or two, and that was because like one of my friends like super obsessive over anime, and they quite literally forced me to watch anime. I don't really watch any. I just watch.
That's
Demon
one of the
Slayer.
things. Like for me, I'm sure if I start watching anime, I'm gonna be really like watching
Yeah,
a lot
I
of
think
animes.
this is why the anime.
And
like,
that's one of the
fan-
reasons that I want to stay away.
Yeah, this is the thing. Like, one of the reasons why the
Same.
anime fan base like is considered this weird part of like people is because they're like so obsessive over it. They're like, you
mean-
disrespect anime, they will murder you. Okay.
I don't know
So?
how I can watch 300, 400
Episodes.
episodes of anime. I don't know. I think it's just a waste of time. To be
And
honest.
I actually like, I don't care if you watch anime. I respect you watch whatever
Yeah.
you want. It's your life, but don't
course.
obsess over it so hard that other people get scared of you. Literally, I had a friend that watched anime, and that guy I talked to, and all he could ever talk about was anime. And he asked me, "Do you watch anime?" I'm like, "No." He's like, "What do you do with your life?" And he starts like roasting the shit out of me. It's like, what the fuck, man? Let me do what I want to do. Like, it's actually really weird. That's why I guess I don't really. I steer clear of anime, but
I don't
Same
mind
here.
anime. A lot of people that I actually know a lot of people that are obsessed with anime too. But that's why I see that state they're in. I'm like, I don't want to be like him. So like you, I don't want to even want to give it a shot. You know?
I see my brother.
I think
He
everybody
watches like
has different tastes, and that's why I gave it a shot, because my friend was so crazy over it, and I didn't find it too special. I just watched one complete anime, and I was like, okay, that's fine. It was decent. Okay, I moved on with my life.
SpongeBob anime is the best, and
Yeah.
Tom and Jerry.
Tom and Jerry.
Watch them get mad. Anime means animation, so anything animated is anime. So
Do you know
Don't at
any
me.
anime editors?
Lolly King, that's about it.
I think
Like,
And
personally?
PCP.
most of the people here are like Kana Senpai fanboys. And I know a
Who
lot of
fanboys? What?
Kana Senpai is an anime editor.
Don't know who that is, sadly.
Really good. I'm not gonna lie. He's really good at what he does, but
Oh, there's really. I enjoyed some anime edits, if that were you asking. There was some anime edits that I liked. The one like I think there was one with like a really good song, and like the anime he chose was like actually good. So yeah, art is art at the end. To be honest, like some things you're just like forced to like and enjoy. So it depends. But for the most part, I don't fuck with anime at all.
all right. I mean, yeah, everybody has different tastes, so obviously that's understandable. Okay, so most of my friends in the chat are just speaking Urdu, and guys, they're not gonna understand that. They're not from Pakistan. Someone asks, okay, so there's this guy. He has weird obsession. Like, he's in my editing community. I don't know if you know. I didn't tell you guys about Astral. Basically, I run an editing community with a few of my friends, which is like the only, I guess, editing community in the Middle Eastern kind of area. At least for now. And it has over like 2,000.
What do you
members
mean
and
by
stuff.
editing community?
Like, you know, a place where you feature videos, where you help other starting editors, like T3C basically.
TGC.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
no.
That's very
But,
nice.
I mean, obviously on a way lower scale. I mean, T3C has way bigger and better editors, but ever since I started editing back in 2019, that's when I started this. No, I didn't start it, but I was a big part of it ever since it started. And so there's this guy in that community who chills in the VC a lot, and he has a weird obsession with the mustaches. Okay, so he asks, how do you guys have mustaches?
oh
Yes.
my God.
Yes.
I have
Yeah.
one, but it's not thick.
Okay,
I don't have beard too.
just for anybody who is watching this VOD, this part is kind of just memes. Okay, I'm trying to calm down. People are gonna be on, like, there's literal people on Twitter. They're like, you ask stupid questions, and I'm like, the end part is just for fun. The starting stuff is like the serious stuff, which I make, like, I gather up the points that I feel like would help people and stuff like that.
Yeah, hopefully that was helpful.
So when are we gonna interview the interviewer?
Oh, you guys want to interview me? I'm bad, bro. What are you gonna ask from me?
How old are you?
I am 16.
Oh. What's your name, if you're comfortable sharing?
Ahmed Hassan.
Nice to meet you, Ahmed. Where do you live?
I live in Pakistan, Lahore.
Lahore?
Yep.
Nice. Really nice. How's the internet in Pakistan? Is it slow or is it fast? How are you
mean,
managing?
It was pretty shit, but recently there's a new company and that they're providing pretty reliable internet, way better than the old
Fiber or ADSL?
Stone fiber. Yeah, it's fiber. It's
Fiber? Damn, that's sick.
yeah,
Lahore.
because there was no way I could stream before I had this internet, and now I
So
can.
how fast is your internet now?
I have on to 15 Mbps, but it works for like I don't know, like I think I stream on 6,000 bitrate at 1080p 60, so that works.
Wait, so 100 Mbps you said?
No, 15.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. I
That's
hope
not
it's
bad.
not too expensive.
Hmm?
I hope it's not too expensive.
Yeah, no, it isn't. It's like, okay, let me convert that to dollars. How much do I pay? Wait, let me
Yeah.
see.
I have 100 Mbps download and 20 Mbps upload, and I pay. I'll convert it to dollars too. Hold on.
How much dollars?
I pay
pay-
66.
I pay
For
about
100.
17. Almost $17.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. It's cool to see like.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's awesome.
that's very nice.
Okay.
Who gave you the idea about making an editor cast? Because I actually did one of them way back on a. I think when I had a bad computer, I couldn't do a live stream, so there was like an audio-only streaming platform called Mixlr, Mixlr, and I used to like do really small like talk shows with editors, and then I
Mhm.
stopped, and then Kira did it. So how did you get the idea?
I got the idea when I saw the T3C podcast, and they were not doing it anymore because Enigma closed T3C, and I was like, okay, I need to do something like this, but I don't have contacts at all. Right, I wasn't too good of an editor. I still am not. I was like, I don't have knowledge. I don't have contacts. How am I gonna do this? But and same thing happened. But I was like, okay, fuck it. I'll do it. We'll go with time. It'll grow with time. I'll grow with time, and eventually we'll reach a point where actually people like watching it. And I started. And when I started, like when I gave this idea to my friends, I was actually made fun of quite a lot, because they were like, okay, Kira's doing this and like nobody's gonna watch yours because you're way worse than them and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, sure, I never said I'm the best and stuff like that. I just want to do what I enjoy doing. And so I had negative feedback from my friends. Only like 2 of them supported me. I had negative feedback from the community when I posted this idea on Twitter, but one of my really nice friends, so to speak, his name is Sense. I talked to him.
Shout
I
out,
gave him the
Sense.
idea. Yeah, I gave him the idea. He was like, "Yeah, sure, it's a good idea." And he's like a really influential editor, at least in the Fortnite community. And I was like, "Okay, do you want to come on? Because like you're influential. People might want to watch, you know." And he was like, "Okay, sure." And then we did the first podcast with him. So that's how I ended up pursuing the idea. I had the idea. I was holding it off. I had the idea for 2 months, and I wasn't going after it because I was like, okay, nobody's gonna watch me. And I started this when Sense gave me the motivation to, and I went with it. And then second episode, I had Sparky. So Sparky, I don't know if you guys know him, but he was previously a COD editor, and now he's doing Fortnite, but he's editing for like SOAR and big teams like that, SOAR and TSM and Ghost Gaming. So he was working
that's
with
nice.
big
Cool.
teams too. And so basically, he was friends with Sense, alright, and Sense helped me get him on. And then after like Sparky came on, like people were like, okay, this kid is getting somewhat of influential people. And then we did the third one, which was kind of laying low. It was just someone from the community who like my audience really wanted, so I was like, fuck it, I invited him. And the fourth one, just like, this was the point when I did Sparky, it kind of blew up. It was like going crazy. And then I do a tweet, I say, who should I invite for the 4th episode? And somebody tagged Zantz in the comments. Do you know Zantz?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so I was like,
Roses
okay,
1, 2.
this guy has this guy has like 10,000 followers. He's 16,000 YouTube. Like, there's no way he's gonna respond to me. So I was like, okay, I'll ignore it. And then I go to like school. I come back from school. I check Twitter notice and it says Zantz followed you, and I'm like, what the fuck? I went crazy. He had liked the tweet that said like, who should I invite? And he had followed me, and I DM him. I was like, okay, are you down to come on? and he was really nice. He said yes, and then I invited him. And so after Zans came on, then it was getting bigger and bigger, and then I had to miss 3 weeks literally because the person that I was inviting kept missing it because of time zone stuff. Like even right now, Hamood is a late night, and for us it's early morning, or like the noon time. Because of time zone, he kept missing, and then I missed 3 weeks because of that. But then I ended up changing the guest because I couldn't afford to like make this thing die off. It was going really well for my channel. And then I invite this friend of mine, Shalarius. He was blowing up on YouTube at the time. He has like 30,000 subs right now. And
That's
he's an
nice.
editor / content creator. And he came on, we chatted with him. And then, okay, so when I started this podcast, I told my friends I'm gonna get Enigma on this podcast. And I still remember one name. I'm not gonna say the name. But that guy said, you will never be able to do that. And so coincidentally, I was subbed to Enigma, and I had access to the TTC sub only chat. And I'm like, okay, so since this idea was kind of inspired from the TTC podcast, when I started the podcast, I tagged Enigma in the sub chat, and I went, okay, can I do this? Would you mind? Because I didn't want any problems, even though if it was stupid, I just did not want any problems with like one of the people I looked up to the most. And so I asked him, and he's like, yeah, of course, go for it. And then in the same sub chat with Enigma, I'm like, okay, can you DM? I want to ask you something important. And I had no idea he would say yes, but he said, okay, yeah, sure. And I talked to him in DMs. I show him everything, and when he saw that Zants was on the podcast, he was like, okay, sure, I'll come on the podcast. And I was going crazy.
That's sick.
And this was decided 2 months before the actual announcement of him coming on, because he had a project to do with Liquid, the keycaps one. And so he said like, I need time, and I said okay, sure. And then when I announced that friend of mine who said you'll never be able to do that, I did not tell them. There was only like I think 4 friends of mine that knew that he would come on, and everybody went crazy. Enigma's podcast
And he came on this.
yeah, Enigma's podcast got over 100 likes. It had like almost 70 concurrent viewing, and
Holy.
yeah, I was really
It's
motivated.
Enigma.
Yeah. And then I had asked Starker before, all of like I don't know, I was on episode 3, even before Zans. I asked Starker, and he said no at the
I
time.
remember. Yes.
And
At the time, I was in the deep, like doing the Valorant project. Or maybe almost finishing the Valorant project, the phase 5. And so
so he
Yeah,
said
glad-
no, but I was
glad
like,
we did.
And then so I was like, okay, Starker doesn't want to come on, so I should try to get Tafa and Hamood. And I contacted both of you. You said yes, and I was like, okay, I'll just give one last try to Starker. And I asked him like, if you could complete the trio. And then I talked to you, and you said yes. And I was freaking out literally. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys for coming on and giving this stupid little kid some motivation to continue what he's doing.
No, for real. Thank you for inviting
Nah,
us.
man. Thanks for inviting. Keep it up, yeah? It was enjoyable.
Keep it up, Habibi.
Yeah. Thank you, Habibi. All right, so we're exactly 2 hours into the podcast now. Are there any? Let me
Sweet.
see if there's one last question. No more questions. All right, that's it.
That's good. They are all the same guy,
Mhm.
like spamming
Yeah.
the farm still for the enemy.
Yeah. All right, so that was the podcast, everybody. Chai too. Oh, I love chai. But do you what chai?
Oh.
Do you mean the chai? I don't know what chai you're talking about.
Chai,
Tea.
shy, yeah, tea.
Yeah, I love tea. I drink like 7
Yeah.
cups a day.
What- oh.
Okay. But yeah. So yeah, that's it for today's podcast. Thank you for everybody for coming onto the podcast. Thank you to.
Thank you for
especially-
inviting us, man.
Yes.
Thank-
I
Really
mean,
appreciate.
it was for me. It was a dream come true, bro. I like talking to you people, talking to Enigma, Sans, like this kind of stuff. Like at this, I would have never even imagined before I started this, and I can't be more thankful to everybody who was humble enough, especially you guys. Like considering all the work you have to do with FAZE and the rational, like really harsh schedules you guys have. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Thank you so much for coming on, and I will see you all hopefully in the next one.
Bye bye.
Peace.
Bye bye.
Bye, stream.
COD is better than Fortnite.
Bye, stream.